sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game. Your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On second down, here's Mixon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Able to find Higgins. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. It's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Winston sneaking it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets of the yard. And that leads to a New Orleans first down. The Saints at a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 41, Winston. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
David Onyemata there on the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it up. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So now the Cincinnati native, also former Bearcat and now a Bengal, Kevin Huber to punt it away. Back deep, the Louisiana native, Jarvis Landry. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just don't even school you. You look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Bengals. Well, we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Winston to give. It's Kamara. They find some open field here. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
13 yards on the play.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Jameis now on first down. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 15.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports.
Saints 7.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And then we've got a 3rd and 4.
Such a tough position to defend near the line. Even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. This is caught. It's Boyd. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. It marched to the end zone the last time out.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll look to throw here. He's going to air one out. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reaction to those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Play action now. Winston rolling to his left. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
First down, Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Kamara up the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They run it again with Kamara. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, Winston. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
A 51-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Play action. It's Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
On second down, Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working out of the gun, Winston. Got an open man, it's Olave. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball in his hands.
65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Burrow on first down. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd. As the first half is winding down. And the Bengals have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Their catch made on the 25-yard line. The Saints take over first and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball safely, of course.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And here's Taylor on the return. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. Short throw underneath to Hurst. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And some room to work. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Burrow will throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
They'll give it to Mixon, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Multiple players is getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Third and goal, Burrow. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Alexander Johnson. He's at the 40, the 30. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula's not working. Dante Hightower on the stop.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Winston. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
The kick by Lutz is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. That one goes for 24 yards. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Burrow. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important third down. Again, it's Mixon. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up alive. And nothing but green grass here. Middle of the field. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Lutz with the extra point. His guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Now a deep ball here hauled in just past the 50. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
The false start backs him up 5. First and 15. Here's Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The offense on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. Touchdown! Jamar Chase, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd and short yardage. Winston. Olave holds it in. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Winston on target to Olave for the Saints first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. 147 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there and 2nd and goal.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a 1-score game. Kamara trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You're looking at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for a score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Saints get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing, Burrow. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Burrow. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he will find his man Chase complete. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. And Burrow going to throw again. And he's got it. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. 2nd and goal from the 1. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon punching it in from a yard away. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Now Burrow. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Burrow. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. As this defense walks off the field, they should do so